Ask Practical Doug. I just didn't see how we topped hip dysplasia. So
No,
nope.
Blackout,
Done.
And scene. No, you're right.
I'm editing the scene. Yep.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to do it. That's how we got to do it.
If you've never been here for Practical Doug before, Practical Doug is a tiny Doug that lives inside of Large Doug, and he guides Doug on all of his life's journeys. He's a very practical fellow, and he delves out practical advice. You can actually ask Practical Doug questions. If you join us live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central, you can ask in the chat. Join our Discord. There's a specific channel for Ask Practical Doug, or on any of our social medias, hashtag Ask Practical Doug, and tag us. And you can get your question answered by Practical Doug. Practical Doug, we've got a good one today. It's a very topical Ask Practical Doug question. So a lot of people have been working from home for almost the past 3 years. And in that time, they've gotten very comfortable and cavalier with certain body functions. Now, with many people returning to their offices, how should someone deal with having to fart in the office? And a follow-up question, how should someone react when someone else farts in the office?
I guess the question is, what did you do before? Because I just farted in the office. So
you did. So you had no
at some point I had my own office, and that was dangerous because people would come into my office with the door closed, and it's like there's no.
I've been hotboxing it.
It's just like welcome to my funk, Yeah, I've.
That was the precursor to Uncle Doug's puzzle basement.
Uncle Doug's hot box basement,
Yep.
Hot box office.
Uncle Doug's funk box.
Yeah, and it's not. There's no slap in the bass here.
Nope.
Yeah, I think I always had I had bad just luck with it. I remember specifically working at a hotel. It was just me at the front desk. It was during the quiet time in the winter time, and I was like, I gotta let this go, and then 5 seconds later, my boss just walks behind me, and I'm like,
yep.
There's nothing I can do. We both knew that it happened. We didn't say anything. She walked right through it. As she walked by, the wind picked it up and it went into my face. I'm like, there's no way she didn't smell that. Like,
as she walked behind you, you just heard, oh.
I just heard her go, back, and
right.
And there's just other times where I'm like, what am I going to do? Hold it in all day?
Well, I think this is the crux of the question is like, has it become, because we've just gotten more socially, we're like, you know what? Fuck it. There's a deadly virus going around. We survived it. Nothing matters anymore. Mm-hmm. Interest rates are stock market's going fucking nuts.
That's right.
Let's just fart.
Yeah.
Is there a social a deviancy to it anymore?
I'm kind of a monster in that I just do it.
Well, that's fair.
Too much to my shame and dismay at times. I went to go see a college friend a couple of years ago. I think it was 2019, right before the pandemic, and I was just like hanging out in the room with him, his wife, and their 2 kids, and I just, I'm like, oh fuck, I just farted, and it was a really bad one, really bad, to the point where they thought one of the little kids shit their pants.
Oh,
no! And I couldn't let. They're like, oh my god! They immediately went over and started sniffing their kid's butt to be like, do I need to change the diaper? And I'm like, nah, that was me. And I was like, I felt really bad about it. And the woman, the guy's wife goes, well, I'm glad you feel so comfortable that you can just do that around us. And I was like, yeah, I like you guys, And
were you ever invited back?
What's that? Oh yeah. I mean, I've still seen them and I still think about it every time I see them. I'm just like, I did that, It's just like, I didn't know how bad it was going to be. But
I would think it'd be funny if they came over and started sniffing you.
This is also pre-workout, Doug. So you know what kind of diet I was having back then. Just brats and mac and cheese. So
on a completely unrelated note, I was just going through my phone before we jumped on here to record, and I came across the oatmeal cream pie box slapping video. Buddy, again, I'm going to send that to you. I want you to look at it and be so fucking proud of yourself.
First of all, don't know what I was doing wearing those old school Tampa Bay Buccaneer colors. I don't know what creamsicle. I wore that thing like twice. I'm like, what am I doing?
I love the fact that you remember what fucking shirt.
I remember exactly what I was wearing.
Amazing.
That shirt was that's a slender man's polo. That was not a plump man's polo, which is what I was. It was
horizontal stripes, man.
Yeah, not great. Not great. By the way, I want to say this too. I've gone back and looked at previous like shorts and stuff. You're looking thinner in the face, bud.
Thank you very much.
You're looking thinner in the face. Like, I'm like, hey, look at this guy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting there.
All right. Back to farts. Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually may not be the best with this because Practical Doug has just always been kind of like, what are you going to do? You know, we're going to fart. We're going to fart. Try to make it the least awful, the least known. If you're not sure if it's going to be a real ripper or not, you know, maybe go walk somewhere else, go to the bathroom, I suppose. I don't know. I fart so much that it seems if I always just got up and went somewhere every time I did, they're like, Doug's got to fart. They're going to figure it out. Because also there's the thing is you go and you fart and then you have to wait. You just can't like, I used to think I just go and fart and then walk away. It's like, no, it stays in your ass. Like it stays in your clothes.
You gotta get the late kick.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait for it to come out. So it's like, listen, man, in eating healthy, the farts come, man. They either whether you eat bad or you eat healthy, the farts are coming. All right, they're coming to get you. And so, I would say, obviously, if you're in an enclosed space with someone, don't do it. If it's open floor plan, I say let it rip. You know.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's not a loud one. You know, if you can kind of guess, try to do it that way. But you know, and if someone else is doing it, I'm just like, whatever. I mean, as long as someone's not like. You know, I watched this amazing, I think it was a TikTok or something the other day of this guy, man, this woman are in bed and he goes, oh no, honey, there's a spider. There's a spider. And she gets on the covers. She's like, oh my God, killed. He's like, okay. Just rips a fart out of the covers and Dutch ovens her. And he just starts laughing. She goes, that is not funny. And she gets out of bed. She goes, you're sleeping on the couch. And he just laughs uncontrollably. You know, if you're doing that kind of stuff,
yeah.
If you're like farting in your hand and putting it in someone's face, like that's not cool, you know.
Sure.
But listen, same old, same old. Whatever you did before the pandemic, you know, just try to do that. I suppose, you know, just keep it kosher as much as you can. But I don't know. Right. Hey, man, you got to fart. You got to fart.
You heard it here. If you got to fart, you got to fart.
It's true. It's true.
There you go. Know? Practical Doug has spoken.
If you've got a farts. You just gotta fart. Practical Doug.
What did he say?
It came out perfectly.
I think like he said the N-word.
No. Doug, you have to stop using this phone.
Oh my God. You just sound like Kanye West saying really anti-Semitic stuff. Like it was wild. It was bad.
I don't know what you were saying, but this just started reading Kanye West's Twitter feed.
This is crazy.
The weirdest thing. Yeah,
and it's not cool.
It's not cool. Not cool at all.
Dude, you're going to get canceled for that.
It's reading deleted tweets, man. I don't know how.
Oh, shit. Somehow it's connected to Parler. I don't know what's going on there, but it's not good.
Right, yeah. Truth Social.
Truth Social, baby. Well, thank you for the Ask Practical Doug. And as Justin said, if you've got a question that needs answered, you can always just ask Practical Doug. I'm here for you. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of that butt.